I'd now like to move on and say a little bit about postgraduate study and the demands of postgraduate study. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think are the demands of postgraduate study, but why not hear what some of our students think about it as well? Click on the link there and you can find out what one of our master's students feels about postgraduate studies in terms of the expectations versus the reality of studying a master's. Click on the link and find out more. When you start studying your modules, you can feel a little bit overwhelmed. That's normal. You may have come from undergraduate study, you may not have done a degree before, you may have significant work experience at an appropriate level, which means that we think that you will be able to complete your master's degree. But it can be quite a lot to take on board, and sometimes you might think there's so much information, I don't know where to start, I really don't know whether I'm up to this. All of those feelings are really, really normal. Being a postgraduate student can be very overwhelming. But you can do this. You're on this course because we know that you are capable of graduating with your postgraduate diploma or your master's in human resource management. We've interviewed all of you and we know that you're up to it. You can do this. How can you do this? Well, a few little tips will help you at the beginning. First of all, take time to plan. Think about your classes and when you need to attend your sessions. Think about when you're going to spend time looking at online material. Think about everything else that you need to do in your life. Think about your work if you're working. Think about your family commitments. Think about your leisure activities, your sporting commitments. All that's very, very important. Take time to plan. Work out when you can work on your master's level studies and try and put together a schedule. You won't stick to it entirely, you'll probably have to tweak it a little bit, but if you've got that schedule, it will really, really help you. Be realistic about the amount of time that you need to spend on your studies, because for every hour of teaching that you get from us, you really should be spending 4 or 5 hours in your independent study in order to absorb everything that you'll need to absorb, in order to get to a level of understanding, in order to be able to analyse and evaluate that material. So think about how you're going to devote that time to your studies. Ask questions of others, ask questions of your fellow students, ask questions of your tutors, ask questions of what you're reading and what the authors have written and why they have written what they've written and where they're coming from, and ask questions of yourself. Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel overwhelmed? Why do I feel that I can't understand this? Have I put the time into it? What is it that makes me feel that way about this? What am I enjoying and why am I enjoying something? Think about that. Reflect on yourself, reflect on your learning. Reach out to others as well, because you work independently, but you can't do this on your own. So work with your fellow students, work with your tutors. We're here to support you. Reach out to your family members, explain to them your circumstances and the commitments that you need to make in the time that you're on your course, and ask for their support. And record your thoughts. Jot down your feelings, your ideas, your reflections. You'll find them very useful. Some of our modules ask that you actually submit a learning statement and reflective comments. So if you can get into the habit of just keeping a little diary of your studies and what you've learned and what you think about what you've learned, and your understanding and your lack of understanding sometimes, and what's too complex for you and how you need to work things out, you'll find that very, very helpful. And also make the most of the university's resources. In the first induction session, I talked about My Beckett and I said it was an important portal for university resources. please spend some time on My Beckett. Spend some time on the My Beckett course site, spend some time on the My Beckett module sites, spend a lot of time on the My Beckett library site. It will really, really help you, and you really, really will benefit from it in a very short period of time. As a university student and a postgraduate university student, you will be an independent learner. This means that you have to commit a significant amount of time and a significant amount of headspace to working on your own, to formulating your own ideas, to questioning your own ideas. That's very, very important. Working in the library or working at home on your reading, your research, your preparation for your assessments. So you will be an independent learner. You'll be an independent learner, but you won't be an unsupported one. On the postgraduate courses in HR, we provide both academic and pastoral support. Your module tutors will provide academic support to you. They'll provide formative and summative feedback on your work. Formative feedback is the type of feedback that you get on a weekly basis in your seminars. So you may take part in discussion activities, in exercises, all that kind of thing. And your tutor will also take part in those exercises and provide you with ideas and feedback and points of interest. That's all part of the formative learning process. Also, on your modules, you will be allowed to submit a draft of your assignments. Your module tutors will provide you with feedback on a draft of your assignments so that you can work on improving that assignment before you finally submit it for assessment. Once you've submitted your assignments for assessment, then you are provided with summative feedback. Now, sometimes students don't really read that summative feedback because they think, oh, well, I've passed that module now and I'm okay, I can move on. But actually, summative feedback that you get in one module can be very, very helpful in terms of your progress and in terms of your success on another module. So please take time to read your summative feedback, because tutors will think very carefully about what they put in that summative feedback. It will be constructive feedback and it will be designed to help you improve your performance in the future. As well as academic support, your course director also provides pastoral support. You'll have a regular scheduled meeting with your course director every semester. And if you need, you can also have ad hoc meetings with your course director, mainly over Microsoft Teams, because they're very easy to arrange. So we can continue to support you on a regular schedule basis, but also as and when the need arises. And if you're not aware of the concept of pastoral support is the support that you may need to help you continue with your studies. So you may have some difficulties outside of the university that we can help you with. You may need referral to other services that universities provides. That's all part of the pastoral support. So you'll get academic and you'll get pastoral support from your tutors and your course director while you're a postgraduate HR student. Once you start your studies, your course director and module tutors will of course be providing academic and pastoral support. But before you start your studies, you can actually prepare for them by undertaking several online modules that we put together for you that will help you position yourself so that you can be as prepared as you possibly can be before those modules start. The second module is called Study On. It's also a 1-hour library IT and study skills induction module, but it's set up hang on. The second module is about academic integrity. And in that second module, one of our colleagues explains the importance of academic integrity, in other words, submitting work that is your own, and also provides information on Harvard referencing. Harvard referencing is a system that you will need to use to explain to us that the sources that you've used in all the work that you submit to us and where those sources have come from. On all of your modules, we'll talk to you about Harvard referencing. We provide significant support about Harvard referencing, but a good first step would be to download the PDF version of our guide to the Harvard referencing system. It's called Quote Unquote. You can access it from any of your My Beckett module sites. You can download a PDF version, or you can access an online version as well. You'll find it extremely useful. The third self-study module is called English for Academic Studies, and this module is specifically there to support students for whom English is not their first language. So if you've come to the university to study with us and English isn't your first language, please undertake the English for Academic Studies module. You'll find it extremely useful. After you've completed the online self-study modules, I would recommend that you log on to My Beckett, click on the Library tab and have a look at the Skills for Learning website. You'll learn more about the Skills for Learning website over the next few weeks, and also about colleagues who work in Skills for Learning, who are specialised tutors who can help you with the kind of academic requirements that you will be presented with at university. They run workshops on academic communication, Harvard referencing, numeracy, and other areas, and you can self-enroll in those workshops. So please have a look at the Skills for Learning website. It's something else that you'll find extremely useful. During induction week, there are lots of preparatory activities that you can do, and I'll be talking to you more about them in the second session. But one really important thing that all students should do is to prepare for your Developing Skills for Professional Practice workshop next week. Therefore, please log in to My Beckett and find the site for Developing Skills for Professional Practice. When you open the welcome page, you'll find an introductory video from Catherine. There's an audio presentation, and we'd also like you to read the impact case studies prior to the first online workshop on Wednesday, the 2nd of February. It's extremely important that you do that. So this is the end of the second induction session. If you're able to attend the live session, then you'll be able to answer questions on a face-to-face basis. If you're not here in Leeds at the moment, then you'll also be able to ask questions in your live online Q&A session at the end of the week. I look forward to seeing you.